Me and Brandon talked about this about a month ago about Nancy, like just an example, Nancy Pelosi, who gets paid by the government. She only gets paid a certain amount of money.
Sure.
Just please explain to me, anybody out there, how Nancy Pelosi is worth over, I don't know the exact number, over $100 million. And again, they're untouchable. You can't do anything. But Brandon, you have some insight on this.
You can have a hammer fight.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, so the context for this whole thing was the thing with the Senator Bob Menendez with the gold bars, that he's been receiving money in gold, and that he's so defiant about this, so confident that he's going to be okay and get away with it. And, you know, it made me think about this scene in The Godfather where he says to his son Michael, he's like, you know, I'm disappointed that you're becoming the Don of the family now. I never wanted this for you because I've always had to dance on strings with these people. I wanted you to be Senator or Governor Corleone. And, you know, at the time I thought, I was confused by it. I was like, oh, it's so much cooler to be the Godfather than to be a senator or governor. But now I realize the real gangsters are the senators and governors.
Yes, Brandon. They really are,
They really are. They just can do anything they want. And so I got some examples here of blatant insider trading that normal people can't do, but they do. So Tommy Tuberville sold options tied to Microsoft shares 2 weeks before it lost a $10 billion government contract with the Department of Defense while he sat on the Armed Services Committee. So Mickey Sherrill reported both buying and selling shares of several defense contractors while she was a member of the House Armed Services Committee. Also sold shares of Alphabet Meta in 2019 when she was the chairwoman of the Oversight Subcommittee of Science, Space, and Technology, which held hearings on online disinformation. You got Dean Phillips, member of the Finance Service Committee, bought stocks in banks while they were being investigated by that committee. So look at the stack of papers. You know, this was just like 5% of what I had from yesterday. There's a whole page of 97 examples of this, but this is just like some examples of what goes on and what they're able to do. And all these people are worth over $5 million at least. Some of them are worth $100 million. So this is some gangster shit. And I'm jealous of them, to be honest.
And there's no oversight, because I remember that they asked Pelosi, she was speaking, she's the Speaker of the House, and they're like, so what, like, don't you think that you guys shouldn't be able to be doing any of this stock trading? She's like, no, I don't see anything wrong with it. And there's no question. They don't bother and they don't do it. Dude, it's cheating at the highest corrupt level. And again, you nailed it. What are we going to do? What can you do?
I mean, they're afraid of the people, but it's a matter of the people being unified and being mad about the same thing and not being distracted by other stuff. Because if the people kind of bombard all these people with wanting a certain outcome, like maybe wanting fair voting laws, making it more like competitive, I guess, from the standpoint of who you could get elected, because I've talked before about how it's very uncompetitive with the things they put in place. So that's a step towards it. But with the way they are right now, you know, there's really nothing you could do with these people. They're never worried about actually getting in trouble because they're the people who make the laws.
I have an idea is if you can't invest in regular stocks individual, you can just buy an index fund. That way you're at least rooting for the betterment of the S&P 500, America to win, but you can't be like Google, because I know they're getting a $10 trillion government account next year.
Well, you know, the thing with that too is, though, they also control what happens at the Federal Reserve. So, you know, anytime the Fed prints money, it's because Congress lets them print money. So in that situation, they could be like, all right, I'm going to buy call options, meaning that the S&P is going to go up, or I'm going to sell put options, meaning it's going to go down. So, you know, they could still control what happens to their investments that way because of the power of the purse.
Yep.
And then, you know, they have their wives and kids trade for them and whatnot. So there's a million loopholes. In the fact
guarantee. If Pelosi has 100 million, her cousins have 20 million, her uncle has 1 million. It just goes because the Biden crime family is Joe Biden has the least amount compared to all his other family members, but that's part of the whole game.
Yeah, there was like a grandson that got $1 million check cut to him from the Biden family.
He's
like,
four.
wait a minute, how does an 8-year-old have more money than I'll ever see in my entire life? Starting early.
Yeah, no, it's and by the way, I don't see anything fixing. There's no fixing in sight. It would have to be something monumental to make these people stop, because, bro, you're not going to stop their money. Just like how when Trump came in and said, I'm going to drain the swamp, that's the swamp, bro.
Yeah.
You touched millions. They're the ones in charge of the laws, bro. The judges, the Senate, they're all a team, and we're not in it. You know what I mean?
But yeah, it's something that people definitely have to be aware of and actually be mad about, and, you know, try to vote in a way or advocate in a way that creates change, creates competition and accountability, because without competition, there's not accountability. And there is certain laws that you could pinpoint that keep competition out of politics. So that's one of the main things that I'm fighting for to get change, because I think that bringing competition to Congress would actually make positive change happen.
Dude, that's your president pitch for 2036, Brandon. Like, besides the grabbing eagles and whispering to them, I really think that That's the message, but holding people accountable. I just hope it gets to the point where we can dent it. I mean, we obviously know Trump tried and is kind of trying now, but they just showed one person can't do it, bro. It has to be a collective effort of all of
No,
us.
look what they did to the one person who tried.
Yeah, I mean, they're still
Something
doing it.
new. And like, now you're indicted for the 17th time. And
Yep, they're still doing it.